delivered by Papa John's, welcoming you to the 2011 Stanley Cup playoffs. It is Game 4 of this best of 7 to be played out on the ice of the St. Pete Times Forum. And the Pittsburgh Penguins on wins of 2 of the first 3 games against Tampa Bay. The Bolts' Steven Stamkos looking to lock this series up at 2 games apiece. Registered his first career playoff point, an assist in the 3-2 setback on Monday. But 2 quick Penguin goals, one by Aaron Asham that followed the opener by Maxime Talbot. Just 45 seconds apart enabled the Pens to play from the lead most of the night, and Asham and company skated away with the win. In this series, he who scores first wins. That's the way it's gone. Alongside Chris Stingman and the captain of the 2004 Stanley Cup champion, Steve Anderchuk, I'm Paul Kennedy. As you can hear by the crowd behind us.
You got your fan club here.
For you 2 guys.
How much you got to pay them to show up and cheer for you?
Let me say this. It was like this on Monday. Great atmosphere inside, a capacity crowd, first postseason game here in 4 years. We expect the same atmosphere this evening. Unfortunately for both fans, the Pens scored first, got 2 quick ones, and had command of the game early.
Yeah, you talked about emotions for the Tampa Bay Lightning, but Guy Boucher had said that he thought he was on the low. The guys were on the low end of the emotional side because they didn't want to be too amped up. But now they have 1 game under their belt. They know what it's all about, and now they can just go and play.
Well, you got to think that a lot of these guys had never played in a home game before. It was their first playoff experience in Pittsburgh, and then that was their first home experience. So I think that's all done with. They're going to use the emotion in the room, emotion on the ice, what's in the stands, and then take that going into the game.
This is, for both Marty St. Louis and Tampa Bay's captain, Vinny LeCavalier, their 49th career playoff game. So they're quite experienced in season there. For Vinny, the power play has gone well, not so much 5-on-5. And Vincent is with Bobby the Chief Taylor down on the ice.
Thanks very much, Paul. And Vinny, the power play, special teams are working extremely strong, but 5-on-5 play has been struggling to get any kind of goals. What do you have to do different?
Well, definitely it starts in our zone and try to get it out clean, and after that it's just putting it behind their D. I mean, they got a great gap, so play behind them, and then we'll get some opportunities.
Fleury appears to me has given you guys a chance at rebounds. In fact, quite a few of them. Do you have to adjust there as well?
Well, no, I mean, the rebounds are there. We gotta just keep shooting and keep going to the net, and we'll get those rebounds back door.
Well, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
All right, guys, I'll tell you what, if they can do those 2 things well, they got a great shot at coming out a winner.
All right, Bobby, get up there with Rick Beckham. We'll be right back to you. There have been a tremendous amount of hitting in this series, over 200 hits registered, 68 in Game 3, that also produced a pair of suspensions going over the line. This evening, Steve Downey of the Bolts, along with Chris Kunitz of the Penguins, will sit this game out for crossing that line.
In the playoffs, you want physical play, you want hits, but you want to play within the confines of the rules, and you want to keep things clean, but you still want to play a physical aspect. If you talk to guys thought Kunitz maybe should have got a little bit more. You compare it to the Kabita one, maybe 3 games. Downey, everyone thought maybe 1 game was acceptable in the suspension department, but for me, the Downey one, his arm's tucked in, but the Kunitz hit, this is the one that bothers me, is you see his arm come out right there. And the intent there is he's trying to elbow him in the head. He can say whatever he wants, but your intent is you're throwing your elbow out there, and in the NHL, you want to clean this up and you want to take this out of the play.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, as you said, Chris, he doesn't hit him with anything other than his elbow. A blindside hit. The guy cannot see it. He doesn't see it coming, and he hits him from blindside. Now, I agree with you that there maybe should have been more, but isn't the value of playoff games that much more? You know, you have 1 game. It's like getting 5 games in the regular season. So I think 1 game was probably enough.
Unfortunately for Simon Gagne, he's been dealing with concussion issues for the better part of a year. How does that compare to what Pavel Kabina injured when he went to Chicago, was suspended 3 games in mid-March for this hit?
It's the exact same hit to me, and Kubi gets 3 games for it. Pavel Kabina gets 3 games. It's the exact same play. Throws his elbow out. It was a reactionary play, but he throws his elbow and he gets 3 games. To me, it doesn't matter if it's the playoffs or regular season. A hit is a hit. A suspension is a suspension. Doesn't matter, regular season or playoffs. It's got to be the same. You got to toe the line if you want to clean up those type of hits.
Well, it is the same hit. You see with the elbow out before he even hits anything, nothing else hits the body except the elbow. But I mean, it's the playoffs. We want to see guys in the playoffs. We want the game to be physical, but hopefully, you know, with these suspensions, it's going to clean up the game and not allow guys to just go out and head on.
Now, Steve Downey always plays with a bit of an edge, and the other night behind his own goal, he leaves his skates to finish this check on Ben Lovejoy. He drew a penalty for this and the suspension.
Two things. I don't know how he got horizontal that fast, but you see his arm. His arm is tucked in there. You don't see his elbow up. His arm's tucked in tight. He hits him in the chest. Even Lovejoy had said he hit him in the chest. So to me, that's the difference. Is the arm's tucked in, he hits him in the chest, the elbow's not out. Yeah, it might have been a charging, he might have been going too fast, too many steps, but his arm is tucked in. It's not a head-hunting play per se.
Well, you're hitting him right from the front too. I mean, the guy, what he did say after the game was that I had my head down and I got hit hard. The only problem with the hit, I don't see much of a problem on the charging. I think that happens all the time. I think the problem was that he left his feet. And Steve Downey is a guy that, you know, normally is not a player that is going to be dirty and have dirty plays. But this is a guy that left his feet, and he paid the price by 1 game.
Well, and he only had that one instance that he's still paying for when he hit McCammon back.
You're saying that's Vinny LeCavalier, perhaps it's not a one-game suspension.
I don't think so.
No, I'll tell you, those hits happened in the 80s all the time.
Oh, yeah. Wendell Clark was that one behind the...
We got an 80s.
Okay, 90s.
We got an 80s.
80s and 90s.
I was only 4 to 10 years old, Dave.
This is playoff hockey, as you hear from the Bolts dressing room. Here's Adam Hall.